A lot has changed in the marketing world. We saw Google update its algorithm, and that's constantly happening. Then we also see a lot of things are changing in how the digital marketing is going to happen. So, what should your strategy be if you're a travel agency? What should your strategy be in the year 2023? What should you be doing moving forward? So, here are a list of few things that I would recommend you implement. The question is, why should you listen to me? My name is Vishal Mehra. I have been a part of the tourism industry since 1989. I was primarily in international sales before I embraced marketing in 2011. And since then, I've helped multiple companies scale up leveraging the power of marketing. What is a myth is the fact that people believe that you need to spend a lot of money to do your marketing. Yes, you do need to spend some money, you do need some tools, but you don't have to spend a lot of money. It depends on how big your organization is, how big a funnel do you want to build. If you have 100 people working in your office, of course, you would need a bigger budget. But if you're a small travel agency, you can scale up by not spending a lot. It all totally depends on what you are wanting to achieve from marketing. So, what should you be doing moving forward to make sure that your marketing is effective and that you are actually bringing in people to your funnel? The first most important thing is first party data. Now, I cannot emphasize the importance of first party data. Now, what is first party data? First party data is the data that you have access to from your clients direct. Now, in normal circumstances, if you don't have a proper tech setup in your company, you don't have a CRM, this data would be sitting in multiple places. The first task that you should be doing is putting all this data together. Use a CRM. There are multiple CRMs that you can use. There are a couple of videos that I have on my own channel. One is about using HubSpot. It was made about a year and a half ago, so it may be a little dated, but the basic principles still remain the same. Then there is another video which is about segmentation and how to use your data, and that uses a tool called Sendinblue. It has a basic CRM, and that will also work for you. However, there is another interesting tool that I've used in the past, and that has worked very well for me, and that is Freshsales Suite. All these have a free plan and they also have a paid plan. Of the three, the one that I found has got the most affordable option is Freshsales, and it is quite easy to scale up using a tool like Freshsales for you. The added advantage is Freshsales comes with workflows, and it also lets you put in some marketing, gives you some marketing free of cost in the basic level paid plan. So first party data will become the most important thing that you should be working on. The reason is these people have already given you consent to market to them, to share information with them. And the more data that you have sitting with you, the easier your marketing becomes, especially the paid marketing, because you can upload your customer data list to Facebook and Google and then run ads directly which are aimed at targeting only these people. You can go a step further, and if this is the kind of clientele you like to work with, you can actually build lookalike audiences, and this lookalike audiences then in turn helps you reach out to more customers who are similar to the ones you already have in your company, in your database. The biggest advantage that I've seen for companies who have the first party data and it is properly segmented. Now that's the key. It has to be segmented, so you have to add on certain things to it. And that HubSpot video that I'm talking about, that is already a part of my channel, would actually help you a lot with it. Or the other video which talks about segmentation will help you with this. So if it's a segmented data, then your entire approach is tailored. You can send targeted marketing campaigns to these people. Let's say if a client has already done one destination with you, you can actually target them for the different destination, and you can make sure that the messaging that you are sending is relevant. So first party data becomes very, very critical for your success. The second thing that you should be really focused on is what are the trends in the industry. Over the last few months, I've spoken to a lot of travel agents. We were promoting a client in Bali, and we spoke to a lot of travel agents, and the kind of information that I was getting was, this is how we've always done, this is what we are doing, this is how we've done it, and it is working for us. It may be working for you right now, but is it going to keep on working for you? For example, if you're in India, We know right now the biggest trend is Vietnam. I mean, people are jumping all over this destination. I see Indian companies running out and setting up DMC operations in Vietnam. I see a lot of people completely taken up by this Vietnam wave. So the people who started early on this are the ones who have the advantage. These were the ones who set the trend. However, if you've only just woken up once everybody else has started doing it, then you would not get a few advantages that these people would have. For example, their content would have gotten indexed much faster and is likely going to come up higher up on the searches than yours would. And all these trends help you shape up what destination to push out next, what are the latest trends with customers. Now, one big trend that I've seen that has been ignored by a lot of people is how to tailor your offering specifically for Generation Z. You know that India has got a demographic dividend. You're going to have the youngest population, the youngest Gen Z population, and whatever is going to be the alphabet that is going to come after this. And this population has been born at a time when everything was digital. So they're completely comfortable going online and booking everything digital. So, what are you doing to target this population? Have you actually studied the trends of what are the likes and dislikes of this population? Because don't take this population lightly. They are today the decision makers for not only themselves but to a large extent for their parents, and have a huge role to play in what their grandparents book. The grandparents are not so tech savvy, so they completely rely on the Generation Z to help them with the advice. So, unless and until you're doing something to empower this generation, bringing the traffic to your site and giving them information that is relevant for them, you're actually losing out on a huge opportunity. So, stay up to date with trends, see what the trends are telling you. The third strategy that you should actually watch out for is 90% of the content that is going to be consumed online in the online space is going to be all videos. What is your video content doing? Do you have enough video content? Do you do enough video live streams? Have you put up enough video content to actually solve a problem for the people? If not, that is where an opportunity is. Invest in video content. That will help you build up, you know, a bigger audience. And video content has a longer shelf life. You still see sometimes when you're searching on YouTube, you will see content coming up which is 2, 3, 4 years old. And people are still watching it. Another way to actually engage your customers in a nice way is to have live streams and have webinars. You could have a destination webinar, and you could do a webinar every 15 days and talk about a destination and what is the advantage, and promote it amongst your clientele and do paid advertisements and drive in more traffic. This is more people who will enter into your funnel. And what happens is, when people actually have been a part of your webinar, the probability that they're going to convert with you actually jumps manyfold, because they've heard a live person talk and give them answers to the questions that they might have. So the trust quotient, which is otherwise not there, actually starts to build up. So that is another huge thing to do if you want to actually succeed, and if you want to make it a part of your moving ahead digital marketing strategy. The next one is a pretty obvious one. It is leverage social media marketing. But once again, if you're just posting organically and expecting to see results, well, you're going to be disappointed. You will see some results, but you see, we live in a world today where we are drowning in information. So obviously, you're not going to see a lot of results coming in from organic, because you're not even going to reach the right audience. Even your reels on Instagram and on Facebook, which have a good organic reach, they'll still be restrictive. See, there's a lot of information that exists with Facebook for both Instagram and Facebook channels, and they know more about people than you would think. If you look at the number of websites in the world where Facebook Pixel has been installed, and this Pixel is gathering data from all over the world, and it is adding it to the profile that is saved. So how do you access Facebook? You normally access it on your phone through an app. That means you're already signed in. So when you go to a website and that website has a Facebook Pixel, that information is being recorded by the Facebook algorithm. And when somebody who wants to advertise and give money to Facebook and wants to reach people who display certain traits, Facebook has this data handy, and Facebook will be more than happy to give it to you if you're spending money. So if you start leveraging paid social media, you will actually start increasing your reach and reach out to a whole lot more audience. Now, pretty early in the beginning of this video, I talked about personal data or first party data. Now, this is the same data you can upload and start reaching to people, and Facebook would then compare this data and even give you an opportunity to market to people who have similar traits. So that will help you build up more. So social media marketing, organic, is good to populate your channel and drive the engagement with the people who are already connected. But don't expect it to bring in a whole lot new people into your fold. You want to do that, go and embrace paid social media. The next step is be crystal clear on who your segment is going to be and develop content to actually suit that particular audience. And as I always tell my clients, the only way you will be able to please everybody is if you are an ice cream. Otherwise, you have to find your niche and stay true to it. So, in the last few months, as I was telling you, I've been active with promoting a client hotel in Bali. I met a lot of agents, and the ones who are the most successful are the ones who've been absolutely loyal to their niche. So there is this company which only does B2B hotels, and these guys, and only for the domestic market, and they've been so super loyal to their niche and to their travel agents that they are bulk buying hotels and passing on that advantage to the travel agents, who are in turn passing it on to the clients. And these guys are doing rocking business. Similarly, if you're in retail side of the business and you are loyal to the niche you are operating in, and you're promoting content and producing content which is actually tailored for this niche, you're going to see phenomenal results. Be clear about who you're going to be targeting and what kind of tools do you need to engage this audience. See, spending a few $100s a month on tools to engage this audience is not a bad idea, but make it a part of your clear marketing plan and make sure that this marketing plan has both long term and short term goals clearly defined. Now, that is where a lot of companies start actually failing. You have a very clear short term goal, but that is not tied up to a long term goal. And it is important to tie it up to a long term goal because you see, not everybody whom you are targeting and whom you're wanting to buy from you is ready to buy that red hot minute. So there has to be a strategy. What is going to be your 90 days engagement strategy? What is your 120 days engagement strategy? And what are you doing to actually bringing these people into the funnel in a shorter time frame and then also for a longer time frame? Because remember, the best metric to know is what is the lifetime transaction value of this customer. So make sure that all this is a part of your long-term marketing plan. If you were to take care of these basic things that I'm talking about here in your digital marketing strategy, if you were to take care of these things that I'm talking about, have clear defined segment, have the first party data, develop content for this segment, and make it all a part of your long-term goal, you will suddenly start seeing that your digital marketing is producing more for you than it was doing earlier. And last but not the least, question that I get often a lot is, if I'm doing paid marketing, do I really need to be worried about SEO? See, SEO is something that you should always be focused on. SEO should be a part of your short term, long term, and every strategy, because there is a lot of organic traffic that search engine optimization will bring to your website. Now, a simple math that I live by is traffic equals conversion. Take a simple metric. If there are 10,000 visitors to your site and only 3% of these visitors are going to actually convert, that means 300. But to drive that 10,000 visitors to your site, you would need a whole lot more traffic who's going to watch your content and search for your content or search for the content that you've ranked for. And this is a metric I've taken from Facebook paid marketing. So if your ad is being shown to 100,000 people, 3% of them are going to take action. So if 100,000 people see the ad, 3,000 people are going to take action on it. Of the 3% of traffic that lands up on your site, let's say the action was traffic and land up on your site, only 3% of that are likely to raise an inquiry or try and connect with you. So that means if 3,000 people came to your site and only 3% people are going to actually convert and come and enter into your funnel, that's 90 people. Now, SEO, on the other hand, will have a very different metric. Somebody who's searching and he finds your page, he is going to click on it if you are in the top 3 search results, if you're the number one search result, of course you're going to get that click. But even if you're in the top 3, you're still likely to get a click. That is high intent traffic. So if that traffic comes to your website and then only 3% of that is going to convert, so take the simple metric, 10,000 people coming to your site, 3% of these people converting, that's a lot of traffic to work with. So take care of these things and you will automatically start seeing a change in your numbers that come in. If you need any help, if you want me to help you build a marketing strategy for your travel company, feel free to get in touch with me. I will be happy to get on a discovery call with you and then we can take it forward from there. Bye bye.